Hello, Lemurs fans. James Nasser here as the managers and umpires meeting at home plate. Well, one manager is. Pete Incaviglia is at home talking with the umpires, but he'll likely be just making his pitching change. Now John Mazzarelli coming out. As we get ready, today we are playing two games, resuming last night's game, which got rained out in the third inning. We'll take a quick recap of that ball game. And then we will be playing a 7-inning ball game. This first game will go 9, but today we'll be playing 6.5 innings, so almost 7 innings of play in this game as we're in the bottom of the third here when we resume this game. Lemurs do lead 3-0 over the Kansas City T-Bones in this resumed game. Last night we got rained out at 7:55. We went to rain delay, and, well, they decided to call it. And so today we will be making it up with a we have to finish the whole game, so we can't just decide, we're going to play 7 and 7, because we already started one game that was supposed to be 9 innings, so it has to finish with 9 innings. But grounds crew looks like they've got the field in pretty good condition here after it rained a long time last night. Really rained all night. Still a little muddy around the warning tracks area, but they had the tarp on, so the infield in pretty solid condition right now as the players getting loose out on the field and ready for this first of 2 games today. So Lemurs taking on the T-Bones. Around the rest of the league last night, everyone else was in action. You had the Texas Airhogs falling to the Joplin Blasters 6-3. Gary, well, they beat the Lincoln Salt Dogs 6-5. Winnipeg, well, they were winners at home 9-6 over Fargo Moorhead. St. Paul Saints, they lost at home, though, to the Wichita Wingnuts. Wingnuts winning 10-8 there against the Saints. And the Sioux City Explorers, well, they lost on the road in Sioux Falls by a score of 7-6. So not getting any help from Fargo or St. Paul last night, as the Wingnuts and Goldeyes both won. So the Wingnuts and Goldeyes trying to continue to push into the playoffs. The Lemurs, so far, they are still trying to catch up to both of those teams, or at least one of those two teams here in the last 14 games. Lemurs right now, they've played the fewest amount of games in the league. There was a while, actually, most of the season, Laredo's played either the most or tied for the most games played. Because we hadn't had a rain out until last night. Well, we hadn't had a rain out until Sunday when we got rain all night Saturday, and the field was unplayable on Sunday. And then we had a rain out today. So now we're the fewest games in the league played, whereas just a few days ago we were the most games played in the league. And we've had a couple of off days here in the last 2 weeks to help make up for the fact that we were already ahead of teams anyways. So we had been ahead of teams. Off days helped everyone else catch up, and now our 2 rain delays, or rain outs, and we're behind the 8 ball as far as everyone else goes, with 86 games played. St. Paul leads the league with games played with 90 so far this season. They only have 10 games left, and they lead the league in wins right now at 56 and 34 their record, as they lead the North Division by 3.5 games over the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Goldeyes have played 89 games. They're 52 and 37. Leading the Central, they're only 3.5 games out of that North Division, so still a chance, very small one, but still a chance to get the North Division title for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. In the Central Division, well, you have the Lincoln Salt Dogs leading it by a game over the Sioux City Explorers. Lincoln 47 and 41, Sioux City 46 and 42. Gary is only a game and a half out at 46 and 43. Kansas City, obviously with the game last night getting rained out, didn't improve or see their record slip at all, as they're still 39 and 48. They're now 7.5 out in the division. In the South Division, well, the Lemurs, obviously, we didn't play. We're still 48 and 38, but with with Wichita's win, they're 54 and 35 now, 4.5 games ahead of the Lemurs. Joplin is 32 and 56, and Texas 32 and 57. They're in the rest of the South. So Lemurs with 2 today, and in fact, we have 2 tomorrow as well. We'll be playing a lot of baseball here the next couple of days, as the Lemurs 2 today, 2 tomorrow in Joplin, making up that game from Sunday. So a lot of baseball here. We'll catch up to everyone else in the league here in the next 48 hours. Really, in the next 30 hours or so, because we'll play tomorrow around this time as well to start the first of 2 games. So a lot of baseball here coming up, and Lemurs don't have much left. So we'll be up to 90 games by the end of tomorrow night. So 10 games to go after tomorrow for the Lemurs. When we come back, we'll hopefully have the first pitch here soon, and we'll give you the starting pitchers for today's game, or the starting pitchers for the resumed game here in a few moments on the Lemurs Broadcast Network.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Welcome in, Lemurs fans. James Nasser here as we are just moments away from the restart of the game from last night. Take a look at that recap real quick. Lemurs, well, they got on the board quickly. In the second inning, J.D. Pulfer, after a scoreless first inning toss by both Kickham and Perez, Mike Kickham, Gabe Perez for the Lemurs, Kickham for the T-Bones. J.D. Pulfer would reach on an error to lead off the second. Burt Reynolds would strike out, but Pulfer would reach second base on a wild pitch. Brendan Metzger would reach on a fielder's choice. He'd lay down a bunt to push Pulfer to third, but Metzger would then... Actually, Pulfer ended up at third base as he reached on the error, pushed him to second, wild pitch over to third, and Metzger tried to bunt him in. He didn't go home, and the pitcher, Kickham, somehow took his eye off the ball, and the ball got past him, allowing Metzger to go to second base. Pulfer still was at third. There was runners on second and third for the Lemurs. Rondon would come to the plate, ground out to third, but Pulfer would score on the play. Abel Nieves would then single to drive in Metzger from third after he moved up on the ground out of Rondon. So Lemurs were up 2-0 after the second inning as Gabe Perez continued to dominate the Kansas City T-Bones last night. In the third inning, the Lemurs got to kick him again, but it was thanks to some more errors. Ty Morrison walked to lead off the inning. Jesus Pozo would single. Hickam would strike out a couple more batters, but Burt Reynolds would hit an infield single down towards third. Ryan Retz would charge in, but instead of holding on to the ball, which he probably should have done, Reynolds was about to beat it out anyways. He threw it in the dirt, and it got past the first baseman, Blackwood, and it allowed Morrison to score. However, Pozo was thrown out of the plate trying to score from first base, and the Lemurs ended the inning ended then, but it was okay. Lemurs added another run. They're up 3-0. And then right after that last play, it started raining, and they pulled the tarp, and we went into a rain delay that we never came out of until now. Looks like we have our new pitcher out there for the Lemurs. It looks like Zach Dodson, the lefty, will be throwing for the Lemurs here to resume this game. Dodson this season, he's made 3 starts for the Lemurs. This won't be an official start. It'll be a relief appearance, but it's essentially a start, as he is 1-1 with a 0.64 ERA. He's thrown 14 innings for the Lemurs, given up just 1 run. It was earned. He's walked 8, struck out 11, given up 8 hits. So Dodson has pitched well for the Lemurs. Opponents are just hitting 174 against him, warming up on the hill. Take a look around the Lemurs infield. It's the same as last night, so if you remember what we did last night, they have Zane Chavez behind the plate, Abel Nieves at third, Alvaro Rondon at short, J.D. Pulfer at second, Jesus Pozo at first. The outfield, left to right, you have Burt Reynolds in left. In center field's Brendan Metzger, and in right field, Dennis Phipps. For the T-Bones, they had Johnny Shuttlesworth warming up, the right-hander. We'll talk about Shuttlesworth whenever he comes out, if that is indeed who does pitch for the T-Bones. But the T-Bones this inning, we're in the bottom of the third inning. It's 3-0 Lemurs leading the T-Bones. They'll be led off by Ryan Retz, Nolan Johnson, and Tyler Massey, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Kansas City. So Dodson done warming up for the Lemurs. And Ryan Retz will come to the plate, leading off the bottom of the third in a 3-0 ball game. Pretty empty ballpark. In fact, I don't know that anyone's here watching this 5:05 first pitch. I imagine the second game, which will start about 30 minutes after this game ends, we'll have a lot more people. Regular scheduled game is 7:05, so should have more people around 6, 7 o'clock, I would think. But this 5 o'clock time as the first pitch thrown down and in at 5:05, ball 1 to Ryan Retz. So we do resume play at the right time. So we went into rain delay at 7:55 last night. We're playing only for about 50 minutes. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1 to Retz. This is Retz's first at-bat of the ball game. He did not come to the plate last night in those first 2 innings, in which Gabe Perez threw 2 innings last night for the Lemurs, gave up 2 hits. He also struck out 5 and didn't walk anyone. The pitch fouled away on the count 1-2. Perez was on fire, and that's really the biggest shame of everything last night, is that we got rained out, and Gabe Perez, who was having a performance similar to the one that he had in Texas against the Air Hogs, which was his best outing of the year, but it got cut short due to rain. Swing, ground ball, softly hit left side and foul. And the count's still 1-2 to Retz. Retz hitting .250 with no home runs and 1 run batted in, as he has played in just 1 game for the T-Bones this season. Now the pitch. Retz taking low in the dirt, and the count 2-2. So Dodson on the hill for the Lemurs, making his 4th appearance. In fact, his last outing was cut short due to weather as well. 2-2, low. The count now full 3-2. We went into rain delay when we were playing Joplin on Saturday night. Dodson with the 3-2 pitch. Retz tries to check his swing. He'll head down to first base. Have not gotten an appeal. Chavez thought he had strike 3 on Retz. He popped up ready to go around the horn. Nolan Johnson will walk to the plate. And after the walk of Ryan Retz, no outs. Runner at first. Yes, Saturday against Joplin, Zach Dodson started. But he went just 2 innings, came out when we went into rain delay in the 3rd. After a couple of walks, there's a called strike and the count 0-1. Johnson hitting .215 with 4 runs batted in, no home runs. Lefty versus righty in the pitch from Dodson, a swing and a miss, 0-2. Dodson has faced the T-Bones already this season in his 2nd start for the Lemurs. The 0-2 pitch, Johnson fouling it away. Out of play, count still 0-2. That was on August 14th. He threw 6 shutout innings, gave up 6 hits, walked 2, and struck out 3 in that ball game. 0-2 the count here to Johnson. And the pitch. Swing and a foul away again, up and over the screen. Count still 0-2. As I mentioned, Dodson's last outing, that was against Joplin, a start on August 20th. He threw 2 innings, gave up 1 run on 4 hits. Sorry, 1 run on 1 hit, 4 walks, and also had 4 strikeouts. As he struggled with his command a little bit, walking a few batters. Already has walked 1 here today. 0-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball down the first baseline. Poso will pick it up, but it's foul, just inches over the line. And the count still 0-2. Wind blowing in from right field, or from left center, sorry. Get my left and my right confused here. From left field, left center, blowing in. Now it straightens out into a stiff breeze from left center. 0-2. The count to Johnson. The pitch, swing and a grounder down the third baseline. Foul as well. 4 straight foul balls with an 0-2 count for Johnson, as he battles away, much like Ryan Retz did. Dodson just pounding the zone, though. Throwing from the stretch, to in the middle of the rubber. A little bit towards that third base side. Looks over at first, delivers another 0-2 pitch, and again, fouled away towards the third base dugout where the Lemurs are. Johnson this season has played in 5 games for the T-Bones. Overall, has played in 32 games, as he did not start the year with Kansas City. The 0-2 pitch, Johnson swinging a miss. There's strike 3, finally put away for out number 1. An 8-pitch at bat for Nolan Johnson. I see a couple fans filing in here. They're going to sit behind home plate, so they're trying to find their seats, but not sure that it really matters at this point in time since, well, there's no one around them. Tyler Massey to the plate. Lefty hitter versus lefty pitcher. In fact, the next 2 hitters are lefties as well. After Massey, those first 3 hitters in the T-Bones lineup, all left-handers. First pitch to Massey. He takes for a strike. Massey struck out his first time up. That was to lead off the first inning last night in the bottom half of the first. That was against Gabe Perez, who had 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. Dodson with the 0-1, another swing and a miss. And the count 0-2. Lemurs up 3-0 over the T-Bones, scoring 2 runs in the second and 1 in the third. All 3 runs unearned against starting pitcher Mike Kickham. Dodson looking at first, delivers another 0-2 pitch, and it's outside. Massey not chasing, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lemurs playing Massey to pull. As just to the left of the bag is Rondon over at second. And well off the line at third is Nieves. There's a throw to first, diving back, and getting him is Retz. Pickoff move by Dodson. He got Retz leaning. Retz with a late dive back to first. I thought they might have him due to the dive, and they did. One to 3, the pickoff move, getting Retz for out number 2. That will make up for a walk. 2 outs, no one on. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the 1-2 pitch. 2 strikeouts, a walk, and a pickoff. Guide Dodson through this third inning. We go to the top of the 4th. Lemurs lead 3-0 over the T-Bones.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
It is Johnny Shuttlesworth who will pitch for the T-Bones as they resume play. Shuttlesworth this season has pitched in 30 games, has started 5. He's also started some resumed games after rainouts. Apparently he's their guy to do that. On the year, he's 3-6 with a 5.55 earned run average. He has 1 save on the year. First pitch to Brennan Metzger, called strike 0-1. Metzger to the plate for the second time this ball game. Can't really say tonight because, well, it's not tonight. That was last night. Metzger will swing at the 0-1 pitch. Hit one in the air to right field. Dalton Wheat backing up towards the line as he chases it down. There's one away. Metzger was 0 for 1 going into that at bat, reaching on a fielder's choice.
Shortstop number 3.
And now 0 for 2 in the ball game. And Alvaro Rondon to the plate. Rondon 0 for 1 with an RBI today. Grounded out to third his first time up. He'll bat from the left side against the righty. And the pitch, Rondon taking a strike, 0-1. Rondon better against righties than he is lefties, so he'll be thankful to see Mike Kickham leave. Kickham threw 3 innings last night. Allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, none earned. Struck out 6 and walked 2. 0-1 pitch, Rondon swings and lines one into right field. That'll be a base knock for Alvaro Rondon as he gets on with a 1-out single here in the top of the 4th for the Lemurs. They lead 3-0 over the T-Bones, and it's back to the top of the order for Laredo. Abel Nieves will come to the plate. Nieves in the ball game is 1 for 1 today, or in the game. He walked to lead off the game in the first. He had an RBI single in the second. He has not scored at all, but he did drive in a run there in that second inning. He extended his hit streak to 8 games and his on-base streak to 11 games. Fouls off the first pitch and the count 0-1. Shuttlesworth into pitch for the T-Bones. 6'1", 225 pounds. Last pitched on August 19th against the Airhogs, threw 3 1/3. Took a loss, gave up 3 runs, and Nieves hits one in the air to deep center. Running back is Massey, and he will make the catch on the run, just short of the warning track out in straightaway center. Rondon will have to head back to first, as he was almost to second base when that ball was caught. Wind probably knocking it down a little bit as it blows in from left center.
Right fielder number 55.
But in that game against the Airhogs, Shuttlesworth gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. 3 runs on 2 hits. All runs earned, walked 3, and struck out 4 in 3 1/3. He hasn't pitched against the Lemurs since July 12th in Laredo, where he threw 2 innings and gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. With 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and 2 innings of work, a game in which the T-Bones actually won 5-4. First pitch to the next batter, Dennis Phipps, was high, 0-1. Phipps today 1 for 2 with a single. Or Phipps in the game, 1 for 2 with a single. Swings the 1-0 and fouls it away, out of play. To the right side, 1-1. Top of the 4th, 2 outs, runner on first for the Lemurs. They lead 3-0 over the T-Bones. T-Bones defensively, same as last night. Retz at third, Frias at short, Wiley at second, Blackwood at first, with Johnson behind the plate, Gillies in left, Massey in center, and Wheat in right. And the 1-1 pitch inside to Phipps with the off speed. And the count 2-1. Well, 2 balls and 1 strike to Dennis Phipps. 2 outs. Rondon moving on the pitch. Phipps grounds one hard down the third baseline, but it's just foul. And the count evens up at 2-2. Well, had that been fair, you might have been able to score Rondon with him moving on the pitch, but still would have been tough scoring from first base. Depends on how it would have ricocheted off the wall or gone into the corner. Count 2-2 here to Phipps. See if Rondon tries to move again. He does not. The break-even pitch, ground ball, left side towards the hole. It's grabbed by Retz. He'll kind of stumble over his own feet, but he'll throw to second in time to get Rondon. That'll end the inning. Lemurs got 1 single in the inning. That's it. They strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 4th, leading 3-0 over the T-Bones.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs, now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Dalton Wheat leads off the inning here in the bottom of the 4th for the Kansas City T-Bones. T-Bones trailing the Lemurs 3-0. Corners will be in on Wheat as they play him to bunt. He will take the first pitch from Zach Dodson on the outside corner, 0-1. Lemurs, like I said, in the lead, scoring 3 runs, all unearned, thanks to some errors from the T-Bones. They've made 3 in the ball game, all last night. There's another pitch on the outer half of the plate, and the count 0-2 to Wheat. Wheat is 1 for 1 in the game. He was caught stealing. He singled in the first. And the 0-2 pitch, lefty versus lefty, swing and a miss. Wheat got caught chasing, down and away, and there's strike 3. Another strikeout for Dodson. It's his second of the ball game. The T-Bones, in this ball game, they face 2 different pitchers now with Perez and Dodson. Perez had 5 strikeouts through 2 innings, and now Dodson's added 3 of his own. 8 strikeouts, and we're only in the 1 out into the 4th. Another lefty to the plate, Brett Wiley. In fact, for Dodson, he struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. Johnson, Massey, and Wheat. Dodson will get a new baseball here as he faces off against Wiley, who in the ball game is 0 for 1 with 1 of those strikeouts. First pitch, outer half of the plate, called a strike, 0-1. So after walk issues in his last outing, which was a start against Joplin Blasters, Dodson walked the first batter he faced here, but has struck out the last 3. The pitch swung and fouled off the screen, 0-2. In fact, he almost had Retz struck out. Retz tried to check a swing on a 3-2 pitch after being down at one point, 1-2 in the count. And they said he did check a swing. 0-2 the count. Here to Wiley, the pitch. Inside. Wiley moves out of the way, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. So he almost had Retz, and it looked like it was close whether or not he went through the zone. 1-2 pitch. Wiley swings, hits one in the air. He won't strike out as he pops one into left, shallow. Calling for it is Rondon. He'll actually make the catch on the infield as he had gone into the outfield and then back onto the infield dirt. Making the catch behind Abel Nieves for out number 2 of the inning. So that'll break up the strikeout streak. But it's still an out, and there's 2 away with no one on, and Jake Blackwood to the plate. Blackwood has also struck out this ball game, 0 for 1. In fact, only 2 batters, now as we go through the order for the second time, have not struck out. That's Tyson Gillies and Ryan Retz. Gillies singled his lone at bat, and Retz walked, as I mentioned. First pitch to Blackwood, down and in for a ball, 1-0. Righty batter, lefty pitcher. Dodson winds, and the 1-0 pitch to Blackwood, swung on and lined through the right side of the infield, a low line drive into right. It'll be a base knock. And the first hit against Dodson for the T-Bones today, and it comes with 2 outs here in the 4th. That'll bring Anthony Gallus to the plate. Another right-handed hitter. The T-Bones with their 2 big hitters being righties, Blackwood and Gallus. And by big hitters, I mean power hitters. Gallus not exactly hitting for average this year. He's hitting .210 at the moment. When we were last year, just over a week ago, he was hitting below 200. The pitch, Gallus taking on the outside corner. Off-speed stuff, and it's a called strike, 0-1. But he does have 16 home runs, does Gallus. 0-1 pitch, he'll swing and hit one in the air into deep right center. Moving over and back is Metzger on the run, and he'll make the catch, getting there in plenty of time. And that'll end the inning. A 1-out single is all that the T-Bones get. Add another strikeout to Zach Dodson's day. He's got 3 so far through 2 innings. We go to the top of the 5th. Laredo leading Kansas City 3-0.
There's a reason why Popeyes create some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties, shredded cheddar cheese,
The creamy sauce,
creamy steak sauce. My personal favorite.
Lemurs will be led off this inning by Ty Morrison, lefty hitter. First pitch taken outside and low for ball 1. Morrison at the plate for the Lemurs here in the top of the 5th. Laredo in the lead 3-0, and he'll take on the outer edge for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Morrison walked, and his second time up, and he has scored a run. He struck out his first time up in the game, 0 for 1 on the day. There's another called strike on the curveball. And the count 0-2. Morrison, a guy who gets on base a lot, as he enters the day with 91 hits on the season, which leads the team. He'll take another ball on the count 2-2. He's got an on-base percentage of .363 entering the game. Pitch fouled away. That was last night, though. Surely has gone up with his walk already. A .363 on-base percentage. Second on the team behind Dennis Phipps. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Morrison goes down swinging for the second time in the ball game. Out number 1 here in the 5th. Actually, sorry, third on the team. He's also behind Abel Nieves. Nieves with a team-high .386 on-base percentage. And Jesus Poso to the plate. First pitch to Poso. He's going to take it for a strike, 0-1. Poso 1 for 2 in the game. Singled in the 3rd inning last night. Was thrown out at the plate. Pitch down and in. And the count 1-1. Poso swings, grounds one towards short. Frias fields in on a couple of bounces. Will throw The routine grounder over to first, and Poso retired. 6-3. He's now 1 for 3 today, or in the game. And there's out number 2. Zane Chavez to the plate with 2 outs, no one on. Chavez 0 for 2. Fly out to center and a strikeout. Lefty hitter versus righty pitcher. Chavez will swing and miss the first pitch, 0-1. Chavez in the last 10 games for the Lemurs hitting .244 with 10 hits, 3 runs scored, also 3 runs batted in, batting .250 overall in those last 5 games with 5 hits. Pitch missing, and the count 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Shuttlesworth. Chavez taking outside corner, and the count now 1-2. Infield a little spotty as they laid down a lot of quick dry stuff, turfus, whatever you want to call it. 1-2 pitch, Chavez taking in the dirt. 2-2 it evens up. They also had to water it a little bit. So it's a little spotty, you can see on the camera there. The pitch taken outside corner. Chavez strikes out looking. 3 up, 3 down inning, 2 strikeouts for Shuttlesworth. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Lemurs still leading 3-0 over the T-Bones.
Grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only on Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
We are continuing yesterday's suspended game because of the rain. We're going to play full 9 innings this game. Take a brief pause, and then we'll play a shortened 7-inning game.
You heard the PA guy. This is the rained out game from yesterday. We'll play 9 innings. And then the next game will be a 7-inning game. As it should be Jordan Cooper versus Troy Marks in that second game. Right now, Zach Dodson on the hill for the Lemurs just finished up his warm-up tosses between innings as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Tyson Gillies, Vladimir Frias, and Ryan Retz leading off the inning for the T-Bones. Got some clouds in the sky. There was some rain in the forecast. We'll see if it holds off or not. The wind is blowing right now across the field, left to right. As it either blows in from left or across the field somewhere in from left center. Gillies takes down and away, ball 1. Gillies reached on a single, his lone at bat. Over at third base is Abel Nieves playing in. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. There are some clouds in the sky, most of them puffy white ones, though. There are some darker clouds out in the distance. See if they make it over here. 1-1 pitch, Gillies with a swing and a miss. The count 1-2. The Lemurs do lead right now 3-0, and well, you only have to play 5 for a game to be called official. And the pitch, swing and a little tapper towards the mound. Coming off of it is the pitcher Dodson. He'll throw to first in time, and they get him. 1-3 the put out of Gillies, who can really fly. Gillies, incredibly fast. Anytime he gets the ball on the ground, You've got to be quick with it. Vladimir Frias to the plate. Shortstop for the T-Bones. 0 for 1 in the game. Struck out swinging in the second. Switch hitter batting from the right side here against the lefty Dodson. Pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch, ground ball towards short. Scooping it up is Rondon. He'll fire to first on the money. And there's 2 away. A couple of quick ground outs. Just 6 pitches tossed so far to 2 batters in the 5th. And that'll bring Ryan Retz to the plate, who led off the 3rd inning, or the bottom of the 3rd inning when we started this ball game. Led off with a walk, but was picked off at first base. A great move by Zach Dodson. Retz, who's played in the Pecos League, but is now in his 2nd game in the American Association. Pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. Right-handed hitter. He can play multiple positions, listed as a utility player. Playing 3rd base, though, for the T-Bones here the last couple nights. There's a swing and a pop-up foul up over the screen, and the count 1-1. Made 1 of the 3 errors in this ball game. As the wind blowing almost straight into the broadcast booth. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count 1-2 keeps blowing my papers off my desk. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Same situation Retz was in his last time up, and he will check his swing. They'll appeal down to first and say no, he didn't go. Pitch was a little low, and the count 2-2. He's gotten lucky now a couple of times on a check swing call, managing to hold up on it. The wind and the pitch from Dodson. 2-2, swing and a miss. There's strike 3. This time Dodson does get Retz swinging. And we cruise along to the 6th inning. Lemurs leading 3-0 over the T-Bones.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome.
J.D. Pulfer leads off the inning for the Lemurs. Here in the top of the 6th, pitch taken in the dirt. And the count 1-0 to Pulfer. Johnny Shuttlesworth still on the hill for the T-Bones here in the top of the 6th. Pulfer is 0 for 2 in the ballgame. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a pop-up on the infield. Foul territory towards the first base dugout. Tracking it is the catcher, Johnson, but he gets out of play and slams against the concrete. Around some empty seats, some fans starting to slowly file into the ballpark here. Again, that 5:05 start a little early, especially on a school day and a work day. I believe they have started school here. I know teachers are at least back in school. But I think classes have even started in Kansas City. 1-1 pitch taken in the dirt, and the count 2-1. So fans won't really start getting here until probably 6 or 7 o'clock in time for that second game. This first game, a sparse crowd, but they are starting to file in. Pitch fouled away to the screen, 2-2. Pulfer in the game, though, reached on an error in the second, ended up scoring, and he also struck out once. So 0 for 2 in the game, but he has produced a run on the board. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch inside of the curveball from Shuttlesworth, and the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Pulfer. And the payoff pitch, Pulfer swings, hits one in the air, a pop-up down the third base line in foul territory. Retz, the third baseman, coming in almost halfway to home. In fact, more than halfway to home. Makes the catch. Pulfer will pop out to the third baseman in foul territory for out number 1.
Left fielder number 23, Burton Reynolds.
And Burt Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds in the ball game is 1 for 2. Singled. Doesn't get credit for an RBI as there was an error made on the play which allowed Morrison to end up scoring, but he did sort of drive in a run. He takes a strike there, 0-1. Reynolds the league leader in home runs with 23, batting .254 at the moment overall with 49 homers. There's another called strike in the count, 0-2. Reynolds acquired right before our last series in Kansas City, about a little over a week ago. He'll swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Reynolds strikes out on 3 straight pitches from Shuttlesworth. And there's 2 away. Bringing up Brennan Metzger to the plate. Metzger 0 for 2. Lemurs still leading 3-0 over the T-Bones. Both teams with a number of strikeouts in the game. First pitch to Metzger, he takes slow, ball 1. You had 5 for Gabe Perez through 2 innings, and already through 2 innings for Zach Dotson. He has 4. Metzger hits one high in the air, left side, foul territory, towards the line. Going over is Frias from short and from third, Reds, but it gets into the seats out of play on the count. 1-1 to Metzger. So 9 strikeouts for Lemurs pitchers in the first 5 innings. The pitch, Metzger taking on the inside corner, and it's now 1-2. And 9 strikeouts so far for T-Bones pitchers through 5 2/3. 1-2 down low. Metzger takes it, and the count evens up 2-2. So it's going to be one of those games. Metzger, the righty, against Shuttlesworth, the righty, and the pitch. 2-2 is hit in the air, in the right center, running over to his left is the center fielder, Massey. He will reach Wheat, but Massey makes the catch as Wheat gives way, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Lemurs leading 3-0 over the T-Bones.
12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
Nolan Johnson leads off the inning. The catcher, he swings and misses 0-1. First pitch there from Dodson here in the 5th inning, and it'll be interesting to see how the Lemurs use their pitchers here. As Dodson winds in the 0-1 pitch, Johnson taking for another strike, and the count now 0-2. As the Lemurs, in case you forgot, we didn't play Sunday against Joplin at home. And instead, we'll be playing 2 games tomorrow against Joplin in Joplin. There's a swing and a fly ball, a little doinker into shallow right, and Poso reached up for it, and he couldn't catch it. It looked like it went right through his glove. And he checks out his glove as if it did go through it. He was calling off Pulfer as Poso was backpedaling. Pulfer kind of running over from his spot at second base. They'll show the replay. I could hear Poso calling for it, and it somehow got over his head. He's looking up in the air now, as he's confused as to how that ball fell. They haven't put an error up on the board yet, although I imagine that's what it should be. Reaching is Johnson. And there we go, an E3. First pitch taken low for ball 1. Tyler Massey at the plate. Massey 0 for 2 in the game with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. So we have doubleheaders in back-to-back days, so 4 games in 2 days. A lot of baseball. Pitch swung on and foul tipped back into the glove of Chavez, and the count a ball and a strike. Over at first base, Nolan Johnson getting a lead. The only base runner to reach against Zach Dodson today has been picked off. There's a swing and a little bouncer down the first base line. Dodson will come off the mound, grab it, spin, throw to first. Poso manages to catch that ball, and it's 1 away. Moving up to second base is Johnson on the ground out. So runner at second for the T-Bones. In fact, it's the first time the T-Bones have had a runner at second base the entire game. They only had 2 base runners in those first 2 innings. And those were singles in the first and a single in the second. And we'll have a pinch hitter at the plate. Starlin Rodriguez. Pinch hitting for Dalton Wheat. First pitch to Rodriguez is taken for a strike, 0-1. Wheat was in the outfield last half inning, so Rodriguez in the game. Batting .261, he has 6 home runs and 25 runs batted in. 0-1 the count. Rodriguez, the right-handed hitter, swings and hits one into center field. Pretty deep, running back and making the catch easily enough is Metzger, though. Johnson not tagging from second. And there's out number 2. So 2 outs and a runner at second base. They go with Rodriguez, the righty, instead of Wheat, the lefty, with the lefty Dodson in. What I mean, it will be interesting. You have Dodson, a guy who in 2 of his 3 starts has gone 6 innings. And those were starts I think he still had somewhat of a pitch limit. If he throws 6 innings today, that would get us to the 8th. So he may throw 7. If he can throw 7, that would get us through the entire game, provided we don't go extras. Brett Wiley to the plate, another lefty. And the thought with Rodriguez is you split up those 3 straight lefties, you get a right-hander in there, mix it up. There's a swing and a miss, 0-1. Wiley is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Well, you could theoretically not have to use a single reliever in this ball game, which would be really, really helpful for the Lemurs going into the next, into the game later on tonight, and then the 2 games tomorrow. Swing and a miss. The count 0-2. So the longer Dodson can go, the better. As the Lemurs are definitely short-handed right now, or they will be with their starting pitchers, now using 2 of them today after using 1 last night. So 3 starting pitchers to go 2 games. There's a swing and a foul away, and the count still 0-2. You had Gabe Perez obviously go last night. He only threw 33 pitches in the game. So we'll see. He might throw short rest potentially sometime soon. At least to me, that would make the most sense. But I don't know what Pete Incaviglia is thinking. I haven't heard a rotation yet for the Joplin series. The 0-2, swing and a miss, or foul tip back in the glove of Chavez. There's strike 3, though. Another strikeout for Dodson. And we go to the 7th. Lemurs leading 3-0 over the T-Bones.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Shortstop number 3, Alvaro Rondon.
Lemurs will have the 9-1-2 hitters at the plate. That means Alvaro Rondon, Abel Nieves, and Dennis Phipps. Rondon, switch hitter from the left side against the righty Shuttlesworth. T-Bones will be shifted for him to pull, and the pitch, Rondon fouls it away left side out of play. Rondon 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI. But he got an RBI on his ground out, not on his single. And the 0-1 pitch, Rondon taking for a called strike. He's quickly down 0-2. Lemurs lead 3-0 in this continuation from last night's game. Rondon taking the 0-2 a little bit outside. They count 1-2. And boy, it rained a lot last night. As soon as it started raining, I didn't think we'd ever get back into play. Pitch fouled away. Gave a few updates throughout the rain delay, and you could hear, well, when the rain first started, I turned the crowd mic up as I still had the window open. It wasn't blowing into the booth. The pitch taken outside, and the count 2-2 to Rondon. And it was loud, it was heavy, and it drenched the field. It let up a couple of times. 2-2 pitch, swing, and a fly ball in the air into left field. Going back on it is Gillies. Then he'll stop and come in a few steps as he went back a little too far. The wind knocking it down as it blows in from left. And Rondon flies out for out number 1. But it was pretty cool. The clouds coming in were dark and fearsome and lightning all over. Rained all night, off and on. Abel Nieves to the plate. Pitch taken on the inside corner, slider for a strike, 0-1. Nieves 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI, a single and a walk. The 0-1 taken a little bit too low, and the count 1-1. But if you looked at the forecast, as I did and the other members here in the press box did, 1-1 in the dirt, and the count 2-1. When it first started raining, it didn't look like they were going to have many gaps in the rain until way, way late, and by then Field will be unplayable. There's no sun to dry it off. 2-1 pitch. Nieves takes up and in, leaning out of the way. And count 3-1 to the Lemurs leadoff hitter. At the plate with 1 out and no one on. Here in the top of the 7th. The wind and the pitch from Shuttlesworth. 3-1 grounded back towards the middle, just to the right of the bag. At second, backhanding it's Wiley. He'll throw to first, a strong throw, and it's in time to get Nieves. 4-3. Nieves need another foot or two to the left of Wiley to try and get that ball through, or at least to make Wiley throw a little more off balanced. He was able to field it cleanly and plant the foot, throw to first. 2 outs, no one on, and Dennis Phipps to the plate for the Lemurs. Phipps, who is second in the league in home runs, has sole possession of second, in fact. He was tied with Josh Mazzola for a little while. The pitch to Phipps, taken down and away. But he broke that tie with Mazzola. In fact, Mazzola now tied with Reggie Abercrombie for third. 1-0 pitch, Phipps backing out of the box. And the count 2-0 as it was in the dirt. He may have wanted time, but it wasn't granted to him. I have seen Phipps, though, back out of the box this season a couple times. There's a called strike on the curve, and the count 2-1. In fact, he backed out of the box on with a 2-strike count. I think it was a 1-2 count, and he essentially just gave the pitcher a free pitch. Pitch fouled away. The count 2-2. It was a ball. Somehow he just knew pitcher wasn't going to throw a strike on that 1-2. So it was, I think, back in Joplin a lot earlier in the season. 2-2 pitch on its way. Phipps will swing and foul it away up over the ballpark here behind us in the press box, and the count's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. With the Lemurs with they have the top 2 hitters in the league as far as home runs go, with Reynolds with 23, all with the Air Hogs, though. They traded for him after he hit 23 homers. And Phipps with 19. And the pitch, Phipps leans out of the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the count full. Here with 2 outs and no one on in the 7th. Top half, Lemurs leading 3-0. No one has scored since last night in that top of the 3rd. Payoff pitch, Phipps will take inside ball 4. Shuttlesworth issues the walk, his first walk of his outing here in relief.
Right fielder number 55, the designated hitter number 35, Ty Morrison.
And Ty Morrison to the plate, although John Mazzarelli looks like he's going to come out of the dugout. Someone is throwing in the bullpen. It looks like a lefty throwing in the pen for the T-Bones. So this could be the end of the day for Johnny Shuttlesworth. They haven't said anything to an umpire yet about a pitching change, although Shuttlesworth is leaving the mound, and now they will. They'll call in the lefty from the bullpen. We'll tell you who it is here in a moment when we come back. Lemurs lead 3-0 here in the top of the 7th over Kansas City T-Bones.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com. Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
my personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
The new pitcher's a lefty, as I had mentioned. It's Evan DeLuca. He comes in to face the lefty Ty Morrison. DeLuca this season is 3-3 with a 3.53 ERA, 36 appearances, all out of the bullpen. 43 1/3 innings pitched this season. He has 41 strikeouts and 26 walks. DeLuca from the stretch, kicks and delivers. First pitch inside to Morrison, 1-0. Phipps over at first base with 2 outs in the inning. Lemurs leading 3-0 in the top of the 7th. DeLuca pitched the other day, in fact, for the T-Bones. When I say the other day, I can't say yesterday, but the game before last, or the game before this one, which was 2 nights ago. Going to throw to first. Phipps back standing. The 6'1", 210-pound right-hander in that game on the 23rd. Threw an inning, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. 2 runs both earned on 3 hits with 1 strikeout. Faced 6 batters in that inning of work against the Lemurs. He'll set and deliver the 1-0 to Morrison, taken on the outside corner for a called strike. So the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Morrison, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. There are some clouds now darkening in the area. Phipps getting a lead at first, and the pitch to Morrison, swinging and a miss. There's strike 2. So the count 1-2. DeLuca, the last time we were here, pitched against the Lemurs. He actually got a win in that 7-3 ball game. He threw an inning and 2/3, gave up just 1 hit, no runs. Also had 3 strikeouts and no walks. So he's had some success, also has had some not success, or so has been unsuccessful. Delayed steal by Phipps. He runs down to second. The throw is not in time, as bobbling it was Frias. I could see it hopping out of his glove. And Phipps with another stolen bag on the air. Pitch was down and away, and the count 2-2. Phipps has become a master of these delayed steals, as that's now his 18th stolen bag of the season. Second on the team behind Alvaro Rondon, who has 19. 2-2 the count to Morrison. With a runner on second base now for the Lemurs. And the pitch inside. Phipps getting a huge secondary lead over at second base. And the count full 3-2. He might try to steal third here. Phipps, I was talking to him earlier, and he said, the other day, he said his goal this season is to have a 20-20 season. That would be 20 stolen bags and 20 home runs. And the 3-2 to Morrison, down and away, ball 4. That'll bring Jesus Pozo, the right-handed hitter, up to the plate. Phipps says he's never done it before. He's never had a 20-20 season. So it would be his first if he can pull it off. And he's pretty close. He only needs one more home run to get to 20. He has 19, and he has now 18 steals, so only needing one more steal. Or, sorry, 2 more steals. I can do math. Jesus Poso at the plate. Phipps will go back to the bag at second as DeLuca makes a move. The most stolen bags Phipps has ever had in a season is 18. Back in 2009, he had 18 steals, and in 2007, he had 18 steals. And there's a swing and a hard hit line drive, but it's a foul down the left field line. 18 steals in Dayton in 2007. And then he had 18 in Sarasota in 2009. And he was part of the Cincinnati Reds organization. So that's low A in Dayton and high A in Sarasota. Midwest League and Florida State League, respectively. He's had 14 a couple of times as well. 0-1 pitch to Poso, a called strike, inside corner at the knees, and the count 0-2. Phipps, last season, well, he had 12 steals for the Lemurs. In fact, Phipps already has 20 steals in the year. He had 3 in the Mexican League. He also had 8 home runs in the Mexican League before joining the Lemurs. Pitch swung on, hit in the air into right field towards the line. Rodriguez out there in right will settle under it, though, make the catch, and there's the final out of the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch here in Kansas City. Lemurs leading the T-Bones 3-0.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Jake Blackwood leads off the inning against Zach Dodson. Dodson, who came on to pitch to resume this game, is one of the Lemurs starters. Was slated to pitch today anyways. First pitch to Blackwood, taken low, ball 1. He was slated to pitch the regularly scheduled game today, but Incaviglia decided to go with Dodson to throw the continuated game instead of throwing the 7-inning game. The pitch taken low, and the count 2-0 to Jake Blackwood, who's 1 for 2 in the game. Final line for Johnny Shuttlesworth: 3 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. As he came out of the ball game, he was still responsible for Phipps, so I couldn't give you his final line earlier, as in when he first came out. 3-0 now the count after that last pitch missing high to Blackwood. And 3-0 pitch, Blackwood taking, and it's high again. There's ball 4. 4-pitch walk puts Blackwood aboard for Anthony Gallus. And I was talking about Dennis Phipps, how he wanted to have a 2020 season. He has it if you combine his numbers with the Mexican League when he was playing there to start the year. He joined the Lemurs late. Well, not late, but he joined them after our first homestand. Anthony Gallus to the plate. He played in 44 games, though, with Monclova, in the Mexican League. Swinging a foul. And while he was there, he hit .221 with 8 homers, 23 runs batted in, and he has 3 steals. So he now has 21 steals and 27 home runs if you combine those two. But I guess he wants to get it in one league, have a 2020 season. First pitch was fouled away by Gallus, the count 0-1. And the delivery, Gallus taking outside, ball 1. Still a very successful season for Phipps. One of his best in his home run and stolen base regards. Pitch swung on and lined foul down the third base line, the count 1-2. Batting average not quite where it's been the last couple of years with the Lemurs. Last year with Laredo, Phipps hit 336 in 2015. And he hit above 300 again. There's a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Zach Dodson. He gets Gallus swinging. He hit 335 in 2014 with the Lemurs. So still, his 285 average right now, nothing to sneeze at. 1 out, 1 on. Tyson Gillies at the plate. Gillies 1 for 2 today with a single and a ground out. The speedster. First pitch, Gillies swings and he hits one high in the air to down the right field line. Phipps giving chase. He'll pull up and slow down as he gets to the wall. There down the right field line, and that ball will somehow just miss going out of play. It hits right along the wall. Phipps trying to not run full speed into that low hanging wall. Would have flipped over it if he had in an effort to make a tough catch, but he just couldn't quite get there in time. 0-1 the count to Gillies. With the 0-1 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Chavez. Holding at first base is Blackwood. Blackwood who walked to lead off the inning. Tyson Gillies, a very intense player, guy who goes all out all the time. Pitch down and away. The count 2-1. Not that guys don't go all out all the time, but he's a guy who, while some guys may run at 100%, he's going 120% or something. He's on another level at times. 2-1 pitch, Gillies with a swing and a miss. The count 2-2. He's the guy where someone might be trying to protect themselves, like Phipps, in that ball down the line, trying to play it safe there, not trying to get himself hurt. It's in foul territory. If he gets there, he gets there. Whereas Gillies is one of those guys who he's just going to slide at full speed into the wall, trying to make a catch, even if he doesn't care if he busts his knee or his back or whatever. 2-2 the count to Gillies. He reminds me of Harrison Kane with the Wingnuts. Pitch outside. The count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not just the fact that they're both outfielders, but they have a very similar style of play. They're both very fast runners. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count to Gillies. And the pitch on the inside corner. Gillies gritting his teeth as he heads back to the dugout. Knows he just missed drawing a walk there. That pitch to me looked like it caught that inside corner. And by Gillies' reaction, he knew it. Vladimir Frias to the plate. Switch hitter batting from the right side. is 0 for 2 in the ball game with 1 strikeout and 1 ground out. 2 outs and a runner on first. There's a strikeout for Zach Dodson, who now has 7 in the game. There's a swing and a ground ball towards short. Rondon fields it, throws to second. That'll end the inning as they get Blackwood over at second base. So a leadoff walk is worked around by Dodson, and we go to the top of the 8th. Lemurs still in the lead, 3-0 over the T-Bones.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle.
Zane Chavez leads off the inning for the Lemurs here in the 8th. Top of the 8th. Lemurs still in the lead. Chavez lines one hard into right center. Base knock for Zane. And he's aboard with a single to lead off the inning for the Lemurs. Laredo would like to add some more runs, of course, always wanting to add more runs, but they do have a 3-run lead right now, 3-0 over the T-Bones. In the 8th, we still have another game after this, so don't go anywhere. You can take a little 20-30 minute break, I guess, between games, as the Lemurs will as well. Got to put on some clean uniforms, get a little refreshed, and get ready for another ball game, which will be 7 innings. J.D. Pulfer at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Pulfer taking a little bit inside. The count 1-0. Pulfer 0 for 3 in the ball game. He has scored a run as he reached on an error. Evan DeLuca still on the hill for the T-Bones. The left-handed pitcher against the righty hitter. Chavez at first, getting a lead. And Chavez continues to hit lefties better than righties. With that line drive single. There's a pitch to Pulfer on the outside corner. And the count 1-1. Luis Poyorena coaching first for the Lemurs. And over at third is Mike Meyer, the Lemurs bench coach. Although now I guess you can call him the third base coach. 1-1 the count, DeLuca. Time called at the plate by Pulver right as DeLuca was ready to deliver. You can hear the wind blowing in. And the camera doesn't quite pick up the light on your screen. It looks like it's a bright sunny day. It's a little overcast. Clouds have rolled in, but still no rain, which is good news. Pulfer swings, pops one up right side. It's trouble. It's trying to track it to Wiley. He'll make the catch. All the way from his spot at second base. Down towards the right field line, and there's one away. But the wind bringing those clouds in from out beyond left field. Those dark clouds have moved in, but we haven't had any rain from them yet. which is good. And so they'll keep getting pushed past us, at least I hope, by that wind. Burt Reynolds at the plate with a runner on first, 1 out in the inning. Lefty pitcher, righty hitter, DeLuca will throw towards first. Diving back is Chavez. Reynolds, in the game 2 days ago, was a home run short of the cycle. Single, double, triple. Had a pretty good ball game, though. Obviously, with 3 hits, Reynolds takes outside, ball 1. In this game, already has a single. He's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. T-Bone's at double play depth. Well, at least their second baseman, Brett Wiley, is. The shortstop, Vladimir Frias, playing a little bit off the bag, a little bit off of what double play depth would be. He's playing in still. He's not playing deep at short. He's playing over towards the left for Reynolds to pull. Pitch up high. And the count 2-0. So Reynolds drawing a 2-0 count here. Good hitter's count. See what he can do with the pitch from DeLuca here. In the top of the 8th, Lemurs leading 3-0, still trying to add to that lead. Get some insurance runs. 2-0 pitch, Reynolds takes outside. 3-0. See if Reynolds has the green light on a 3-0. We've seen a few guys have 3-0 green lights. Usually the top hitters on each team, especially if they're former big leaguers. That seems to be the trend. Reynolds, though, never made it to the big leagues. 3-0 pitch, he does take, and it's a called strike on the outside corner. Reynolds spinning around as he was heading towards first base, about to sling the bat towards the third base dugout where the Lemurs are. But he has to head back there as the count now 3-1 in that right-handed box. Travis Danker, Brent Cleveland, 2 guys I've seen with 3-0 green lights, both former big leaguers. And the 3-1 pitch, Reynolds swings, grounds one down the third base line, but foul. And the count full, 3-2. One out in the inning. Zane Chavez at first base. He actually has a surprising amount of steals this year, Chavez does. He's got 5. So if he decides to go on a 3-2, he does. The pitch is up and away. There's ball 4. Reynolds does draw the walk. And that'll bring Brennan Metzger to the plate, who is 0 for 3 with a run scored, with 1 out and 2 men on.
Center fielder number 34, Brennan Metzger.
Speaking of Travis Danker, he's having a successful season right now with the Mobile Bay Bears after starting the year with the Lemurs, getting picked up by the Diamondbacks organization, put at Double-A Mobile. First pitch to Metzger, takes high for ball 1. Danker hitting .314 in 58 games with Mobile and has 12 home runs. I would say that's a successful season. 1-0 the count to Metzger. Lemurs with Reynolds at first, Chavez at second. The pitch taken low and outside, and the count 2-0. Chavez singled, Reynolds walked. Between them was a pop-up by Pulfer. The lone out of the inning. Runners getting their leads again, no one holding them on. Chavez not exactly a threat to steal from second base. And because of that, Reynolds not a threat from first. Wiley creeps in a half step, taps the glove, and then spinning around on the mound was DeLuca. But Wiley wasn't even near the bag. Chavez did go back. So the count's still 2-0 to Metzger. the ball pretty well in the first game of the series. Double into the gap in right center. Thought he had a home run at one point. Takes up in the zone. It's a called strike, 2-1. He hit one just short of the warning track, right at the edge of the warning track in right field in game one, but the wind knocked it down out there and right. Off the bat, I thought it was gone. Talked to him afterwards, and other players, they all thought it was gone off the bat. He hit it well, just that wind kept it from getting the extra 5-6 feet it needed. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch, Metzger taking for another called strike, and the count 2-2. Pitch on the outer half of the plate. Metzger, a former Gary South Shore Railcat, where he played with J.D. Pulfer and Drew Martinez last season. Started with the Railcats this year. 2-2 the count. Runners again getting their leads. Wiley creeping in from second. Now backs off. The break-even pitch. Metzger takes high for ball 3. Waiting on deck is Alvaro Rondon. No one throwing in the Lemurs pen, so probably assume that Zach Dodson can go out for the 8th inning, or for the bottom of the 8th. We're in the top of the 8th right now. That would only be his 6th inning of work as it is. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There go the runners. The payoff pitch is outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks of Reynolds and Metzger load the bases for the Lemurs, and that'll prompt Bill Sobey to come out of the dugout, the pitching coach for the T-Bones, as Alvaro Rondon comes to the plate. Switch hitter who does hit lefties better than righties. Sorry, hits righties better than lefties. Facing a lefty here. So have to bat from that right side. Rondon this season against righties hitting .281, while against lefties hitting just .197. In fact, there have been games where Rondon has either been pinch hit for or not even played. He got the day off whenever a lefty was on the mound, and they started Jimmy Norris. Rondon to the plate with Metzger at first, Reynolds at second, and Chavez at third. 1 out in the inning. Rondon is 1 for 3 today with an RBI, trying to get another RBI or 2 here. He thought about swinging, but didn't, and the pitch was high. Close call, and the count 1-0. Flew out to left his last time up. That was the first out of the 7th inning. We're here top of the 8th. Lemurs lead 3-0 over the T-Bones, trying to put a dagger in him here with another couple runs. 1-0 pitch, Rondon, swing and a miss. The count 1-1. Rondon digging in that right-handed batter's box. On deck, Abel Nieves. Runners getting their leads, no one holding them on. And the 1-1. Rondon swings, pops one up. Right side, foul territory. Blackwood gives up on it as that ball will find the seats somewhere. And the count 1-2 to Rondon. Infield playing at a double play depth here. Corners are in, so they'll go plateward with it most likely. But the middle infield trying to turn the double play to end the inning. Outfield maybe a couple steps in, but the wind is blowing in. Rondon swings and fouls another one. Back up over the screen, and it'll get over everything here. Count still a ball and 2 strikes. It's our last day in Kansas City. We don't come back here again this season. 1-2, the count to Rondon. And the pitch. Check swing. It's a called strike as it is. Doesn't matter whether we win or not. It was on the outside corner. There's a strikeout for DeLuca. Second out of the inning, and Abel Nieves to the plate. So it'll be up to Nieves to drive a run in for the Lemurs here in the 8th. Base is still loaded, 2 away. Infield will go back to a normal depth, although they'll play Nieves to go the opposite way, one of the few players in the league who teams will play that way. Well, maybe not. They'll play him more at a normal, actually really pretty normal positioning overall. For a second I thought they were moving that way, but nope, they'll play him normal. He pulls it towards Retz at third, and Retz will try to go to third himself, and Reynolds right in there sliding into the bag. It was a bang-bang play at third, and I thought Reynolds might have beaten Retz's foot, but they do call Reynolds out at third base, and we go to the the bottom of the 8th. Lemurs lead 3-0 over the T-Bones.
Collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Third baseman number 50, Ryan Retz.
Ryan Retz, who made that final out of the inning for the T-Bones in the field, leads off the inning for the T-Bones at the plate. Retz 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout today. Retz, Johnson, and Massey, the 8-9-1 hitters. First pitch from Dodson, taken outside for ball 1. Dodson still on the mound, and I see some activity stirring in the Lemurs pen. No one throwing, just some guys up walking around, getting the blood flowing a little bit. 1-0 pitch, taken up high. 2-0. Relievers tend to be pretty calm and relaxed through most of the game until it's time for them to get up and start warming up. Then they get those juices flowing, get pumped up for their usually 1 inning of work. As relievers like to go 1 inning, throwing as hard as they can. 2-1 pitch to Retz, a called strike, and the count 2-2. So first 2 pitches missing, and then Retz watching the next 2 go by for strikes. Dodson nods in the break-even pitch, taken low, ball 3 in the dirt. So the count full to Ryan Retz. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That was the count when Retz walked back in the 3rd inning. First batter as we resumed this game. 3-2 pitch, swing, and a fly ball in the air. Right field, down towards the line. Phipps moving to his left. Now back towards his right a half step, and he'll make the catch. 1 out. Retz 0 for 2 now in the game. And Nolan Johnson to the plate. Johnson reached on an error today once. Is 0 for 2 with a strikeout as well.
Nolan Johnson.
Johnson, the righty against the lefty. Dodson, first pitch, taken low in the dirt. 1-0. Lemurs up 8. Lemurs up here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-0 over the T-Bones. 1-0 pitch. Johnson taking outside. 2-0. As they continue to battle for a playoff spot. Still trailing Winnipeg, who won last night. And Wichita, who also won last night, the 2-0, finds the zone for a strike, 2-1. But Winnipeg in the wild card leading, and Wichita leading the division. Swinging a fly ball in the air to deep right. Phipps on his horse running back, now backpedaling as he makes the catch about 6 feet in front of the warning track for out number 2. A couple of flyouts to right field. Phipps playing a little shallow there, had to get back on in a hurry. But again, the wind, which is now blowing in from left center, helped a little bit to knock it down. Pretty stiff wind today. Tyler Massey to the plate with 2 outs and no one on. The lefty hitter against the lefty pitcher. The first pitch is taken outside corner, strike 1, fastball. 0-1. Massey 0 for 3 in the ball game. 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking, and a ground out. Back to the pitcher. The 0-1 pitch. Massey taking another strike, outer half, and the count 0-2. Boy, Dodson, when he gets ahead of batters, he puts them away for the most part. Only 2 walks today. Pitch taken just a little low on the count 1-2. Just 2 walks and 1 hit. As the T-Bones only have 3 hits in the game, 2 of those came against Perez last night. Pitched down and in, and the count 2-2. Dodson, and this is not uncommon of him, has been untouchable almost. And the pitch, swing and a foul back to the screen. Count still 2-2. As against Joplin in 2 innings, he only gave up 1 hit, but of course just 2 innings. 6 hits against Kansas City over 6 innings of work in his second start of the year, and then 1 hit over 6 innings against Texas. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, and I thought he went through the zone, and the third base umpire says he did as well. There's strike 3, another strikeout for Dodson. And we go to the top of the 9th. Last inning of play in this first of 2 games tonight. Lemurs leading 3-0 over the T-Bones.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
A creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Dennis Phipps will lead off the inning for the Lemurs here. Phipps to the plate for the 5th time in the ball game. Phipps 1 for 3 with a walk. Also has a stolen bag in the game. He walked his last time up in the 7th. We're in the top of the 9th right now. Lemurs leading 3-0. Pitch taken outside for ball 1. As it is still Evan DeLuca in the ball game for the T-Bones. They'll try and use as few pitchers as possible, as they also have a doubleheader today, obviously, because they play the Lemurs. But they went to the bullpen for the man to continue the game for them, whereas the Lemurs decided to go with the starting pitcher. And the last pitcher called strike, and the count 1-1, but it does look like the Lemurs have someone throwing in their bullpen as Jeff Inman gets loose. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Phipps. DeLuca with 33 pitches so far in the game. The pitch taken down and in, and the count 2-1. So we'll see if Inman comes in. As Dawson's thrown 6 innings today of shutout, 1-hit baseball. Pitch swung on and grounded on a hop towards Frias at short. He backs up on it, fielding on a high bounce and throws wildly to first. Phipps will be safe. We'll see how they rule that. It was a tough hit ball, a hard hit, which took Frias having to take a step back. He pats his chest saying, "My bad," and he was able still to plant his feet and make a throw, and Phipps would have been out had the throw been on target. Would have been out by a lot. If it's an error, it'll be the 4th error of the ball game for Kansas City. As Ty Morrison comes to the dish, lefty versus lefty. Morrison walked the last time he faced DeLuca. And they rule it a hit for the Lemurs, so an infield single for Dennis Phipps. Morrison tried to bunt that ball, and it went foul at the plate, and they count 0-1. Morrison 0 for 2 in the game. 2 strikeouts, also has walked twice, so he's gotten on base a couple of times today. 0-1 the count to him here against DeLuca. One of those walks against DeLuca, one against Kickham in last night's part of the game. Phipps off and running with the pitch. The throw to second looked like it was in time, but it took a hop, which allowed Phipps to slide in safely with his 2nd steal of the game. And his 2nd steal off of the lefty, DeLuca. And the count 1-1 to Morrison as the pitch missed. So Phipps now with 19 steals, 19 homers in a Lemurs uniform. 1-1 the count, no outs, runner on second. Phipps getting a lead. That was not a delayed steal, that was a straight steal. This pitch swung on and hit into the air in the left center. Gillies coming over on the move, makes the catch with a little hop. Now we'll throw to second as Phipps was still off the bag. He jumped back to the base quickly. And there's one away. Bringing Jesus Poso to the plate. Poso 1 for 4 in the game. Singled back in the 3rd inning. Inning in which the Lemurs scored a run. The last run that has been scored in this ball game. As Laredo leads Kansas City 3-0. In the top of the 9th. DeLuca from the stretch looks over at Phipps in the pitch. Swung on, grounded left side towards the hole, under the glove of a diving shortstop in Frias. The throw will come into the 3rd baseman, who was cutting it off, standing on a line between left field and home plate. Phipps moves up to 3rd on the single by Poso. So they roll Phipps has hit a single, although Frias definitely probably could have had a chance at him had he thrown an accurate throw. And then he couldn't get that diving ball of Poso's. He looked to be upset that he didn't get it. Granted, both those plays really, really tough plays. Frias, though, an excellent defensive shortstop. And a lot of shortstops who pride themselves on defense certainly would be upset with themselves for not making every great play. There's a swing and a little inside-out ball in the shallow left, and it's grabbed by Frias. He does make a great play there on the ball that was hit by Zane Chavez, the catcher. Tracking it down. I didn't know if he'd get to that ball, but he just managed to. On the move, a really fine play. They'll show the replay on the Jumbotron. Of course, you don't get to see that. They don't give me a feed to their video board. And J.D. Pulford to the plate. Pulford still in search of his 1st hit of the game. He's 0 for 4. Reached on an error by Frias. First pitch to Pulford, he takes for a strike. In the outer half of the plate at the knees with a fastball in the count 0-1. Oh, we got a radar gun reading. First one I've noticed in a while. We hadn't been getting them the first 2 nights of this series and weren't really getting them when we were here a little over a week ago. Phipps starting to run down the 3rd baseline. Now goes back towards 3rd base. DeLuca with the 0-1. Pulver fouls it back to the screen. The count 0-2. Poso at first, Phipps at third. Each single to reach. Phipps stole second base, though. That's how he ended up getting to third base on Poso's single. 0-2 the count to Pulver. Now time called. Frias going to come in and talk to DeLuca. Maybe he has something on as far as advice goes here with Pulver. He's ahead of him 0-2. Poso with a lead at first. And Phipps getting a sizable lead at third, and the pitch down and in. Pulver putting a hand up, telling Phipps, don't come home, because Johnson gloved it. And the count 1-2. Lemurs needing a win today in this game to maintain position in the playoff rankings where they were last night, because everyone above them won. And then the second game will determine where they are as far as everyone else who plays today. If they can pick up a game if everyone else loses. I don't think any other games underway, though, today. Not yet. It will be shortly. 7:05 first pitches around the league. 4 games on tap for tonight. Although Wichita, not one of them. 1-2 pitch. Pulver swings and fouls it into the dirt back towards the third base on deck circle, where Burt Reynolds is waiting for his turn at the plate. And he'll get one if Pulver can manage to reach base here. Still overcast skies, but we'll at least get one game in the books. 1-2 the count to Pulver. And the pitch from DeLuca, swung on, grounded on a high bouncer towards the third baseman. Retz, he'll throw into the dirt at first. Blackwood, though, managed to pick it out. And that'll end the inning. The Lemurs strand runners once more on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Laredo leading Kansas City 3-0. Last chance for the T-Bones.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Starlin Rodriguez leads off the bottom of the ninth for the T-Bones. be against right-hander Jeff Inman. So Lemurs go to the bullpen. Day is done for Zach Dodson. Inman on to pitch out of the bullpen. The Lemurs closer trying to get another save this season. This is a 3-run game, so he will get a save. Should he nail it down? Pitch high for ball 1 from Inman. Inman is 2-3 with a 2.66 ERA, 39 appearances. He has 12 saves on the year, 44 innings pitched, 41 strikeouts. There's a strike right there, 17 walks. 1-1 the count. Here to Starlin Rodriguez. Inman has pitched recently as the pitch fouled away. He threw against Kansas City on the 23rd in the first game of this series. He faced one batter. He threw 3 pitches. They were all strikes. He got the strikeout there in the 13-9 win for the Lemurs as he came out in relief in the bottom of the 9th. Last pitch was fouled away in the count 1-2. The pitch, Rodriguez again fouls it up off the screen. And the bat boy will make the catch off the screen. Nice play. Count still 1-2. The last inning of play here in the first game of this quasi doubleheader. Lemurs sending the closer out to try to nail down the win and guarantee him 1 win of the doubleheader. There's a swing, ground ball, right side. Pulfer manages to range over there, throw to first in time. 1 away. Nice play by Pulfer. And a win here in this game would give the Lemurs the series win as they won the first game of the series. This game, the second game of this 3-game series. Brett Wiley, lefty hitter against the righty pitcher Inman. Defense going to play Wiley to pull the ball. Wiley is still in search of his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts, as well as a pop-up. First pitch, Wiley is going to take for a strike, 0-1. Inman, former member of the Pirates organization. In fact, he and the man who he's replacing, Zach Dodson, were drafted in the same year by the Pirates, 2009. A swing and a miss. And the man who pitched game 1 of this series, Brian Beckman, was in that draft class as well. 3 Lemurs pitchers, all drafted in 2009 by the Pirates. 0-2 now the count to Wiley after that swing and a miss. I'll give you the final line on Dodson here after this next pitch. As Inman comes to a set with his black Nikes, kicks and fires, swing and a line drive right at Rondon. He makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Final line for Dodson today, 6 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Lemurs pitchers with 13 strikeouts so far in the game. Jake Blackwood to the plate. 2 outs, no one on. 3-0 the score. Lemurs still leading the T-Bones as Laredo tries to put away Kansas City here. Inman is 1 out away from getting his 13th save of the year. Pitch taken high, ball 1. 1 for 2 in the game is Blackwood. He also has a walk as he's reached twice in his 3 plate appearances. Inman 5th in the league in saves with 12. 1-0 pitch taken down and in. Trailing the T-Bones, Mark Haynes, a former Lemur, by 3. Haynes with 15 saves in the year. The league leader is Ryan Rodabaugh for St. Paul. He's got 22 saves. Evan and Frankie Reed each have 19. 2-0 pitch taken for a called strike. No relation there. And I find that funny. 2 guys with the same last name, both closers in the American Association, and both have 19, tied for second. 2-1 pitch to Blackwood. Swing, ground ball towards the middle. Rondon bobbles it, though. He spins and throws to first. A stretch by Poso, and he couldn't hold on to it. The first base umpire says he's out. The home plate umpire saying, hey, Poso dropped it. First base umpire couldn't see it because Poso's body was blocking the view, and now the umpires will meet. I think they'll determine Blackwood is safe. That'll be an error by Rondon. Certainly a play he should make. Now they do rule him safe. A pretty routine grounder. It was hit hard towards the middle. Now Cavilla can come out of the dugout. I clearly saw Poso drop that ball to the ground. Umpire's just trying to get the call right. See if maybe Pete decides he wants to get tossed with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. No, he's not. He just gets some clarification on the call and heads back to the dugout.
Designated hitter number 7, Anthony.
Pops a few sunflower seeds into his mouth. On the way back, Anthony Gallus to the plate. They do rule an error, so an E6 on Rondon. Overall on the play, I don't know. You could give him the throw. You could give him the fact that he bobbled it around. Pitch high for a ball 1-0 to Gallus. He should have been able to scoop it up cleanly and throw out Blackwood by a good bit, but Rondon couldn't quite do that. Rushed to the throw then after bobbling it. 1-0 pitch. Gallus swings and he hits one high in the air, deep down the left field line, but it looks like it'll hook foul, and it does. The count 1-1. Gallus with a lot of power in his bat. And with 2 outs, you definitely don't want to let a guy like Blackwood reach on an error like that. Because now you have the 4 or 5 hitters due up. Pitch fouled away off the screen, and the count 1-2. Gallus, though, is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And Inman, the right-hander against the righty batter, certainly capable of getting strikeouts. And a guy like Gallus, who's kind of an all-or-nothing guy, either strikeout or home run. 1-2 pitch. Down and away. Gallus checks his swing. And the count 2-2. Lemurs trying to close out the T-Bones here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner on second. 3-0 the score. Inman with the pitch. Swinging a grounder this time towards Rondon. He charges it. He's going to flip to second base where he will get Blackwood this time, and that'll end the ball game. Lemurs win 3-0 over the T-Bones. We'll have a little post-game wrap-up real quick here, and then I'll go off air and bring it back on in about 20 minutes or so afterwards as we get ready for the second game of this doubleheader. As the Lemurs and T-Bones have 2 today. Lemurs win game 1, though, 3-0. Be back in a few moments.
Memorial Day party gets going. Drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
All right, game 1 in the books. We finished last night's game. Last night we got rained out after 2.5 innings. Lemurs had a 3-0 lead after they came to the plate 3 times. They scored 2 runs in the second inning, thanks to J.D. Pulfer leading off or getting on base as he led off, reaching on an error. Brendan Metzger would reach on a fielder's choice with 1 out in the inning, and then Alvaro Rondon would single with men on the corners, or actually would ground out with men on the corners, and that would bring in Pulfer to score, and then a single by Abel Nieves would bring in Metzger to score, and it was 2-0 in the second. The Lemurs in the third would add another run thanks to some more errors by the T-Bones, as Ty Morris would reach on a walk. Jesus Poso would single. Zane Chavez, J.D. Pulver both strike out, and with 2 outs, Burt Reynolds would ground one to third. On a little bouncing ball, softly hit, Retz would charge in. He'd throw to first. The play probably should have eaten, as Reynolds would have been safe even if the ball hadn't been in the dirt, but the ball was in the dirt and it got all the way to the tarp and then rolled up towards right field, which allowed Morrison to score from second. They tried to score Poso from first, but he got thrown out at the plate and the inning was over there, but another run did come across and the Lemurs were up 3-0. Then the rains came and we had to postpone it until today. So Lemurs came into action today with a 3-1 lead as we went to the bottom of the third. Johnny Shuttlesworth came in as Mike Kickham was a starter last night. Kickham went 3 innings yesterday, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Kickham off to a pretty good start, even though he had allowed 3 runs, they weren't earned. Gabe Perez threw 2 innings for the Lemurs last night. He struck out 5, gave up 2 hits, no walks and no runs allowed. And Perez was really on last night for the Lemurs, and that's probably the biggest downside to having that game rained out was we didn't get to see Perez keep on throwing and go maybe 6 or 7 innings of dominant performance. He just got to go 2 innings last night. So we came into the 3rd inning, and the Lemurs tossed Zach Dodson out there. Dodson, who was already scheduled to pitch today, and he threw a shutout performance tonight as he threw 6 innings, and really the T-Bones couldn't muster anything against him. They had a couple of walks and 1 hit, but they never got more than 1 base runner aboard in any inning against Dodson, and they never got a runner to second base from the 3rd through the 8th inning against Dodson. Actually, they did get 1 man to second in the 6th. So sorry, they got a guy reach on an error, but that was it. Runner to second base in that 6th inning, and that was it. No one else got to second the entire game for the T-Bones today. Just that one runner in the 6th. That was Nolan Johnson. So Dodson, excellent tonight for the Lemurs. 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit over 6 innings of work. And the Lemurs, well, they didn't really do a whole lot here today. They won 3-0, and well, in that 4th inning, they got a 1-out single by Rondon. They didn't do anything in the 5th or 6th. Got a couple of walks with 2 outs in the 7th, but stranded 2 men at 1st and 2nd. And then again, the 8th, they ended up loading the bases thanks to a single and a couple of walks. They had the bases loaded with 1 out, but didn't score. Stranded runners with the bases loaded. And then in the 9th inning, they would get runners on the corners with 1 out, but couldn't bring anyone in then either. So the Lemurs had opportunities to score more than the 3 here, but they just didn't get it done. But 3 was enough for Laredo here today in this first game. In the 9th inning, well, it was business as usual for Jeff Inman. He got the first 2 batters out. Runner reached on an error, but he got Gallus to ground into a fielder's choice to end the ball game. Inman racked up another save on the season, his 13th of the year for the Lemurs. He's still 5th place in the American Association in saves this season. So the win goes to Zach Dodson, the save Jeff Inman. The loss will go to Mike Kickham, the starter from last night, who gave up all 3 runs for the T-Bones. So big game for the Lemurs tonight. And at the plate, really, look at the box score. The Lemurs, only 1 person had multiple hits in the game. That was Jesus Poso. He was 2 for 5. You had Ty Morrison 0 for 3, but he scored a run and walked twice. Dennis Phipps was 1 for 4 in the ball game with a walk and also struck out once. Well, I have him being 2 for 4 in the game. But they may have changed one of those hits to an error, which I guess is what has happened. They might have overruled that one in the 9th inning, making it an error. And so 1 for 4 overall for Phipps, but he does have a stolen base, or actually 2 stolen bases in the game. So Phipps had a pretty good day at the plate as well. RBIs today, well, you had Rondon with an RBI ground out and Nieves with an RBI single. So a lot of small ball, a lot of great pitching as the Lemurs tallied a total of 13 strikeouts, 10 strikeouts in the game for the T-Bones pitchers tonight. So a lot of strikeouts in the game, 23 overall combined between the 2 teams. So we'll be back here in a few moments. The game is usually 30 minutes between games, so probably around 7:30 or so we'll have the first pitch for Game 2. It'll be a 7-inning game. Troy Marks on the mound for the Lemurs, and it'll be Jordan Cooper on the hill for the Kansas City T-Bones. So I'll close out the stream here, and then we'll pull it back up, give you a quick, short pregame show, and then we'll get into the 7-inning Game 2 of this quasi-doubleheader in Kansas City. So until then, have a good 30-minute break.